Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, I have some exciting news for fans of One Piece out there, which I do count myself among those. Now, I probably, like many people out there, are a little bit of a late comer to the show because this, much like the Warhammer 40K universe, seems like a very daunting task. I'd heard from my friends over and over again, you got to watch One Piece, you should read the manga, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. But they're like, but I was like, oh, cool, that's great. And they're like, but it's 1,500 episodes. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'll never get through that. It'll take forever. But you know what? One of those things, boys and girls, I should listen to my friends more often. I really should, because I'm always looking for good stories. That's just what I want. At the end of the day, I just want a good quality story of characters that I can invest in that are not going to get screwed over by modern Hollywood and a lot of the BS that goes on. And One Piece is absolutely that. And you cannot deny that the Netflix series was an absolute hit phenomenon for the situation out there. It was absolutely incredible. It introduced so many people to this show. And at the end of the day, one of the things that I think is the most important about any kind of adaptation, whether it be a live action, whether it be an anime from a manga or a comic book or whatever it is, right? Encourage people to get farther into it, right? Encourage people to dive into that 1,500, 1,800 episode, whatever the insane number that thing is up to at this point, and get you into it. And that's exactly what I did. As soon as this series was over, my wife and I literally binged it we would have binged it in one day. Unfortunately, I had another show to do later that night, so we couldn't watch the last episode. We had to wait until after church on Sunday. But literally, we binge watched the entire thing. We started with the first episode, and we just could not stop the entire way through. It was so freaking good. It was so well done. And I know there's some purists out there that have their issues with it, and I completely and totally respect and understand their opinions on that kind of stuff. But overall, at the end of the day, I think it accomplished its goal. It got more fans into it. It expanded the fan base, and at the end of the day, expanded how much money they're going to make, because now you've spread it to a much wider and greater audience out there. And I absolutely love to see that. And boys and girls, for any of you out there that are excited for Netflix's season 2 of One Piece, well, we've got some great information with you to share today, boys and girls. Because if you missed it or if you hadn't seen what was going on out there, One Piece season 2 starts production at Netflix. Alvida, Buggy, and Gold Roger have all been confirmed to return. Now, obviously, there's a big list of cast of characters and actors that were announced last week that for some reason I still haven't got that video edited together and put together, and for all of the announcements for all of those kind of characters. So you be on the lookout for that. If for some reason you missed the announcements, that video will be coming out shortly. We'll get that to you as well. But right now, we've got a great little video here to watch that with all of that cast coming, all the main cast coming back together, and seeing how they react to it, as well as a bunch of juicy details as to what we can expect from season 2 over there at Netflix from the One Piece. So I'm excited to check this out. So boys and girls, we're going to share this article, getting all of the juicy details. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, subscribe and or follow if you have not already, and leave us a comment down below. Let us know if you're excited as I am to see the Straw Hats get together in the live action Netflix One Piece season 2. So here we go, boys and girls. Netflix's live action One Piece TV series has gone into production for its second season, with the streaming confirming the returns of Elis Soros Poliano as Alvida, Jeff Ward as Buggy, and Michael Dorman as Gold Roger. The original Straw Hat crew was previously confirmed to return to the live action manga adaptation, with Anaki Goto reprising his role as Monkey D. Luffy, Zoro, Yanami, Usopp, and of course Sanji as well. We all know about that as they come together in Cape Town. The series recently cast 4 villains. Daniel Lassiter is Mr. 9. We can go through all of that, but we've got Mr. 5, right? We've got Mr. 3. We also know that we're going to get a Smoker. We also know that we're going to get Crocus, and we're going to get a Smoker's a little assistant as well. And we've got Dalton coming out. So an additional cast will be later announced. We're going to get even more people. We have no idea. And this gives us a lot of idea of the story that we're going into. Obviously, it's going right into the next arc. A lot of people are excited to see that, and I can't wait. So we can go through all the rest of the history and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, we want to get to this video, because I think this video is doing exactly what it's supposed to. This is supposed to be a promotional material. It's supposed to get you hyped. It's supposed to get you excited. And I did watch it just a little bit before we recorded this video. And honestly, it's exactly what it did to me. This got me hyped. This got me excited for the future of One Piece over there at Netflix. And the best part is, this thing has been such a success over at Netflix that Oda, the creator of all of One Piece and all of this kind of stuff, literally has himself a blank check. He has a golden ticket to do whatever he wants over there at Netflix. And it sounds like he's got a lot of projects, even a new version of the anime that is going to come exclusively to Netflix in the future. And I'm excited to see how that ends up panning out as well. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One Piece season 2 start of production.
Hey Siri, how do you get to South Africa?
Getting directions to the Grand Line.
Here we go again.
First off, I thought that was cute that they added the little Siri line in there. I have no idea if that was a pre-program response or if they edited it in later, but either way, it's a great little nod to have Siri respond, time to go to the grand line. I love that. And like, I think this kid is great. And Naki Goody, I think he's great. I think he's super excited. He's got the energy for the character. I think he does a great job as Monkey. And it's one of them situations where a lot of these characters, I've seen interviews with a lot of these actors that play these characters. The majority of them were all huge fans of One Piece beforehand. And honestly, this was like their dream job for a lot of them. And holy cow, have you seen the love and the passion that they put into these characters? And like, I think that's one of the things that has made it so successful. They're invested in the source material. They are fans. And at the end of the day, I think that's one of the most important things is to have fans, or at least people who love the source material and are willing to do the homework, or if they're willing to do the homework on something like this to truly bring a great adaptation to it. But I think at the end of the day, right now, the way things are going, we definitely need fans in charge of a lot more things, boys and girls. The Going Merry, back on the Merry. And then, of course, Roanoa Zoro. Makinu, I guess he's one of those cool guys that's only got one name. I'm good with it. He does a great Zoro. I'm good with it. Emily Rudd, our beautiful Emily Rudd, our dear sweet Nami, of course. And I really don't think, like, people could go out there and you could be cynical and you could say, well, this is all just for promotion. They're all just faking it. They're actors, yada, yada, yada. I don't think that is the case. I don't think this kind of stuff could be faked for something like that. I think these guys legitimately love this, love what they're doing, and are just having an absolute great time with it. And I think you can see that love and enjoyment expressed in the show and in everything they're doing with it and all of their interviews. Like, it's just been amazing. And it's so nice as a fan, as a nerd, as a geek, as just a customer to be excited about something again, to be joyful. Something we can get excited for, because that's something we need, boys and girls, and we're getting more of that. There is good stuff coming down the pipeline. I know it's been dark for a while, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and this is just one of those many lights, boys and girls, just one of those many lights.
Headed back to Cape Town to film.
Usopp, and I know some of the complaints about Usopp's backstory and how they didn't flesh it out well enough in the live action. I understand. I get that. But honestly, I think Romero, the guy right here, Jacob Romero, I think he does a good job. I think he does a really good job. And I love seeing this kind of stuff. So, yeah.
I want to see something too.
Man.
Of course, Sanji, Taz, Skylar, and I just with especially with Sanji, like, I mean, I think all of the casting's good, right? But Sanji, man, you talk about a guy that they just got him spot on, and I know a lot of people wish they would have figured out a way to do the eyebrows, but like, I just like for casting, they nailed it with this guy. I think they did a really, really good job.
Wow. 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 Tears of joy. Tears of joy. To the grand line!
So there you go, boys and girls. The production has officially begun. Now, we don't have an exact release date. I think the estimated time is somewhere around like 2026 or something like that. But considering the popularity of this thing, depending on how quickly they can get all the editing and knocked out, I mean, I could easily see something like just what they did release, shooting for a release fall of 2025. Like I said, we don't have an exact date yet. And, filming on location in crazy areas like that, you never know if the weather's going to screw with your stuff. You never know if somebody's going to get sick. You never know what's going to happen. So all of this stuff, this is all strictly speculation on my part at this point, but I would love to see that. I'm super excited. This show has been very well done. And I know I'm on like episode 800 or something of the anime right now, which I know some of you out there are like, you're way behind. I'm completely caught up. Yada, yada. I get it. I get it. I love you guys. This is great. It's wonderful. Let's be excited about something because this is something that is done well and deserves to be rewarded. I'm excited to see the show to come back. I'm excited to see what goes on. I'm going to keep you guys updated on all the new stuff that we get. If there's any more information we find out, make sure you guys are subscribed if you haven't already, because follow all this kind of stuff, because we are going to keep you updated on all the things coming forward, going One Piece season 2, because I don't care if it pigeonholes me and like the algorithm hates it, because I'm trying to do DC and Marvel stuff as well as some anime kind of stuff as well. I don't care. I'm here to report as much of the news to you guys as possibly can, and it's an absolute joy. It's an absolute joy and a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to bring you something I'm absolutely excited for. So I'm excited to see what happens with One Piece season 2. I'm excited for more details to come out. I cannot wait to see more of the characters. I cannot wait to see more of the cast, and I cannot wait to see how well they dress up all of these folks in all of their crazy garb and all of their crazy gear from the anime and from the manga, and I'm excited for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, season 2 of Netflix's anime adaptation of One Piece has officially begun. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait to head to the Grand Line with this cast of characters and this entire crew. It's going to be fun, boys and girls.